When I first started fashion blogging, I would find like all my clothes in the trash. I would find all my furniture in a dumpster. And yes, I would even dumpster dive for food. Also, I was a vegan. Also, remember, this was the early 2010s. This was kind of trendy. Or maybe not. All my friends were doing it. I was very involved with the DIY music scene in the area I lived. I lived in a house with so many people, I don't remember how many, and I don't ever think I remember paying rent. So I don't know if that counts as squatting. I would cut my hair myself and I'd dye it with Kool-Aid and conditioner. I had a car, but it didn't really work. I would have to refill my tire every time I left. The heat didn't work, the AC. So I really just walked or used public transit. I would get a lot of my food at this city marketplace because they would throw out all the food that was expired, all the produce. So I just go grab it once a week. Freegan is probably a word you haven't heard in 10 years because it doesn't really portray now. But I was food should be free. People are throwing away all this food. I'm just going to eat it. But by doing that, I met a lot of cool people that worked with food, not bombs. So I would always volunteer with them and also eat the food that was there. I specifically remember one time working at this Mediterranean restaurant where I worked bare minimum because I was super anti-work, which so many of my friends were too. We were all we're just gonna focus on our art. But remember, rent was so cheap then that it was a lot easier to do that. Anyway, I remember getting a bunch of clothes from the owner's sister, 10 trash bags, huge ones. And that was my clothes for years. I started my fashion blog during that time, but really during this time, you can see my hair's longer, was really when I was doing it. I still had those beliefs and lifestyle totally. This might be deep for a second, but I felt very ostracized from the DIY punk scene because I was doing more